This isn't just a story. It's a reminder that no matter how many times life pushes you down, you still have the strength to rise again. So watch till the end, because this story might just change your life. In a small village, there lived a boy named Arav. He wasn't the smartest in class, not the strongest in sports, and not the most confident among his friends. But he had one thing that made him different: a dream to make his father proud. His father was a mechanic, hands always covered in grease, but eyes full of warmth and love. He would often say, "Son, I don't care if you become rich. Just promise me one thing: never be someone who gives up easily." These words stayed in Arav's heart like a seed waiting to grow. Arav tried hard in school. He stayed up late, read books, took notes, but no matter how much effort he gave, his grades didn't improve. Teachers lost hope. Classmates mocked him, and slowly, so did his own belief in himself. One day, after failing yet another test, Arav sat alone behind the school building. Tears filled his eyes. He looked at the ground and whispered, "Why does this always happen to me? Why do I always fail? Maybe I'm not meant for success." At that moment, the school janitor, Uncle Ramdeen, walked by. He noticed the sadness in Arav's eyes and sat beside him. Without asking anything, he said, "Do you know how long it took me to get this job?" Arav looked up, confused. "I applied for 7 years. Every time they rejected me, but I didn't stop trying. One day, the officer asked me, 'Why don't you give up?' And I said, 'Because this job is my dream, and dreams don't come easy.'" He smiled gently and added, "Now I clean this school proudly, because I never gave up." That night, Arav went home and wrote one sentence on his wall: "I will not give up." Years passed. Arav failed again and again, but this time, he didn't break. He got back up every single time. He studied when others played. He stayed focused when others laughed. Slowly, his marks improved. His confidence returned. And one day, he passed the exam that everyone said he would never clear. He became the first engineer in his village. At his graduation, a journalist asked him, "What kept you going when everyone else gave up?" He smiled and said, "I remembered my father's words, and the line I read every day on my wall: I will not give up." So if you're feeling stuck right now, if things are not working out, remember, failing is not the problem. Giving up is. Don't stop. Don't quit. Because the day you decide not to give up is the day everything starts to change. If this story inspired you, share it with someone who needs to hear this today. Comment below, what's one thing you refuse to give up on? Let's grow together. We'll meet again in the next story.